Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today I'm going to be opening this box up that contains, well, basically it's my 20-year-old 135 Tamiya Afrika Korps model collection. I actually built this, like it says, about 20 years ago. The story being that I was made redundant, age 27. I'd worked for the same company for 11 years, and basically I reached a point where I thought, Jesus, what the hell am I going to do next? Because I didn't have a clue. So I sort of returned to something that I was familiar with for about a month, which was building some models while basically trying to apply for jobs and find a new sort of career path. I didn't really sort of finish or do a particularly good job of what I built, but basically this is what I got. There is actually an addition in here as well, which is probably some kits that I'd built probably 10-12 years prior to that, when I was about 15 as well. Quite exactly why I still have them or why I've kept them for 20 years couldn't really tell you, because, well, they're all right, but they're not brilliant. They just sort of followed me around for a while and ended up being storage in my mum's house. So anyway, let's have a look in this box and see what I was doing 20 years ago. I'm just going to get a couple of small boxes out first, which have got paints and figures in, and we'll have a look at those later. See what's in this one. As we can see, we've got a 223 Lichter Panzerwagen armoured car box, and inside we have got not one, let's just zoom this in a little bit now. Come on, you damn thing. We've got not one, not two, but three 75mm, I think these are, anti-tank guns. Let's just zoom that out again, maneuver those into plat. We also have a 37mm anti-tank gun, which these are all, I believe, Tamiya 135 models. And we have a Nebelwerfer. Now I believe this is actually an Italeri. I can't actually find a Tamiya version of this. Obviously, if these are intended to be Afrika Korps, they're not actually terribly accurate, because I don't think the Nebelwerfer was actually ever utilised in the Western Desert Theatre. So let's just have a quick look at what I was doing. And obviously, as we can see, some of the parts have fallen off some of these kits. The painting is hand painted. This was from a time when I thought that thinners was actually for cleaning paintbrushes, so there was no thinners ever included in the painting process. I think if you're familiar with a 75mm PAK anti-tank gun, you'll probably notice that there's actually quite a few of the wheels and finer details have been left off, because I couldn't be bothered. If I actually had to say, honestly, I think one of these is actually older. Not sure which one, and it might have originally been painted green. I think it might be this one here, from when I was sort of, I don't know, 15 or something. That's the 37mm anti-tank gun. And here's a Nebelwerfer, which is kind of looking a bit rickety. Its wheels are a bit wonky, but it all still kind of is there, and I suppose you could say in working order. We've also got the tent, or kind of remains of the tent, from the tent and radio set by Tamiya. You can definitely see this has originally been painted green. You can see remnants of the green paint here. So obviously this is an earlier, something from that I had probably from when I was 15 or 16, so it's about 30 years old. So we've got that. There's a couple of tarps for some trucks in there as well. So let's just put that one down there. Look at that one later. And we'll get this white box out. Let's have a quick look at what's in here. Now in this one we have got, zoom in again. Not one, but two of the 223 like the Panzer Sparwagen armoured cars with the radio antenna. Some of them have, the glue has probably deteriorated and walked off. I mean, I think these are kind of reasonable at the end of the day. I mean, obviously I have got all the attachments on, and I've tried to put a sort of camouflage pattern on those. I've got additional boxes. I've got some additional bags and whatnot attached to them. And I think they're actually pretty good, I mean, they look all right. I mean, obviously I haven't done anything with the mechanicals and the undersurfaces. The interiors are unpainted as well, but they're not terrible, I suppose. I mean, again, the paint is hand painted and it wasn't thinned, so obviously it could be improved upon quite considerably, but they're not terrible. I mean, I didn't actually obviously have very good ideas on how to remove parts from the sprues at the time, because a lot of these have got sort of connection bits still attached to them. Well, they don't look too bad, do they? They're not terrible. Next off, we've got a Kuba wagon. We've got a bit of glue clouding on that as well. Again, it's not terrible. I've done the cover in a different colour. I've got my seats done in sort of a matte black. Not too sure whether I painted the dashboard or not. My painting of the wheels is not terrible. I've bothered to paint the exhausts in grey, which is kind of surprising. This rear wheel seems to be having a bit of a wobbly. It hasn't had any of its decals put on, obviously, but that's not too bad, I suppose. Next, we've got a Steyr, one of the German sort of vehicles. Again, we've got glue clouding on here. This seems to be sort of collapsing on the windshield a little bit. We've got one of these sort of side lights that's been broken off. Again, you can kind of see this is obviously hand painted. My wheels quality on this isn't great. I've actually painted this dark grey underneath on the frames. Again, I haven't trimmed these things very well or painted them, so I'm guessing I painted this on the sprue. We've got it dark grey on the floor, and we've got some black, matte black seats. Doesn't look like I bothered doing an awful lot with the dashboard or the steering wheel. Again, you can see parts of where it was attached to the sprue here. We've got a missing mirror. Oh, look at that, that's pretty much just fallen off in my hands. 20-year-old glue. I mean, what do you expect, I suppose? Here we have the Panzer II. Again, we've got some problems with gapping here, which you would have filled in or done better. The tracks appear to be facing the wrong direction. They're fitted with staples, don't appear to have been painted. I've got glue on the thing here. I haven't done the road wheels. This drive sprocket appears to be sort of on an angle. But I mean, the painting's not too bad. We're missing the top of the commander's cupola. Yeah, not that bad, I suppose. Here we go. We're kind of obviously going a little bit off era, because this is Vespa. This is 105mm self-propelled howitzer. Again, it's hand painted. It's not terrible, but not great. Interior wise, the paint's gone a little bit naff. Looks like we've done the grating in silver of some sort. I think these tracks are on the wrong way around. Again, secured with staples. Didn't bother painting the undersides, obviously. I was probably trying to conserve paint. Some missing paint on here and on the gun, so I was obviously in a bit of a hurry to do this. But road wheels not being painted again. It's not terrible, and I could probably do something with that, I think, maybe. Next off, we've got a truck, which is missing a wheel and missing a mudguard, and there's a bit of a 75mm pack gun. I think this is an Opel Blitz. It's got painted brown on the sides with silver strapping, sort of Afrika Korps colours again. it's all kind of disfigured and formed. It's sort of the flatbed is almost coming off, so maybe we can do something with that. Again, it's just been plated a base sort of grey underneath, not particularly well. Maybe we can do something with that in the parts, or maybe we can just turn it into a roadside wreck. Not quite sure. Next we've got a 6-wheel Russian truck. Not quite sure what that was doing in the Western Desert. Probably captured. Again, not exactly painted particularly well. Wheels are wobbly. Looks like it's been painted grey or some sort of silver grey underneath. We haven't painted the insides of the wheels. These are obviously tyres that you can remove. We've got sort of glue splatter all over the windshields. It's got clear glazing on the lights here. These side panels are obviously, like this one, not particularly well attached. And it looks like this is the bumper for it. And there's another one. Oh, here we go. That's some jerry cans. Next off, we have got another box containing not one, but 2 half tracks. This is definitely one that I did later. This is an early one. I'm going to guess this one's about 30 years old. I'm going to explain to you why in a minute. This one's obviously got its correct machine gun set up. It's got all of its tools. It's missing a headlight. And one of these side lights has been broken. It's got its tracks on it. The wheels aren't too bad. There's a bit of glue there. Inside, it's been painted grey with black seats. Doesn't look like I bothered painting the consoles or anything like that. This one, I'm reckoning that this one's actually originally painted green, because I seem to remember having a green one of these at some point. But I think I actually overpainted this in sort of desert colours. Again, it's not fitting too well. I think these are Cooper wagon front lights that I've put on, because the other ones, the proper ones, have been lost. We're missing some of the attachments. That looks like it's about to, yeah, that's about to come off. It's missing a part here. Obviously the machine guns are long gone. Roadside wreck. Sure, we could do something with it. Here we have another truck. This is a Mercedes diesel truck. Again, we've got gluey mess all over the windshield. Seems to have all of its parts kind of there. Again, it seems to be sort of collapsing. It's got a driver in it. It's been painted desert colour on the outside and it's brown on the inside. That looks like the cupola off the Panzer 2 or 3. Panzer 2. We've just lost a little bit. It's got rubber wheels. Maybe this is an Italeri. Not sure. It's obviously been painted brown on the outsides at some point, and I've changed my mind. Yeah, maybe we can do something with that and the spare bits that keep falling off. We've got, now these are definitely older ones from when I was probably about 15. We've got a couple of Kuba wagons painted in a different colour. This one, as you can see, was definitely painted green at some point, and it's literally fallen apart. It's been painted again in desert colours, and I've obviously attacked it with some sort of weird sort of camouflage design. Same apparently with this one. Don't know what colour it was originally, but we've gone a bit mad with a sort of weird camo design going on here. It's got loads of bits missing. I mean, this is basically just a piece of junk at the end of the day, as is that one. Next off, we've got a Panzer IV with a long 75mm gun. Again, it's hand painted. Seems to have its tracks on in the right, going in the right direction, I think. Well, this side does. I think that side's going the wrong way. No road wheels painted. Doesn't look terrible. It's probably got a lot of pieces left off. I've obviously done the jacks and the hammers and the spades on this. The gun moves in a reasonably well sort of way. I don't think they had long, yeah, I think they did have some long barrels towards the end of the Western Desert campaign, but they definitely didn't have any long barrel Stug 3s with the armour skirts on. I kind of like this. I haven't actually attached the armour skirts so they can come off. Don't know why that was. Again, I've picked out all the tools and whatnot in grey, so I was obviously making a bit of an effort with this. Road wheels haven't been done in black. Stapled these together. You can see the undersides of these fenders haven't been painted. It's not too bad. Maybe we can do something with that as well. And then we're going on to these other boxes. This is another box, another SDKFZ 223 box, which has got a load of decals in it. We've got a little mint box here, which is rusty as hell, which has got a load of machine guns and mines and US bazookas and a bit of everything in there. We've got the top of a Kubel wagon. We've got loads of them. Loads of boxes, loads of unpainted things, jerry cans, buckets. I'm just going to tip this out. That's just a big pile of stuff for filling up your trucks. Got a piece of gauze, got some rubber tyres, some tracks, some shells, some spades. I think that's a US mortar, not quite sure. There's a ton of stuff there. Maybe I can use that for something. And we've got another box which is full of unpainted figures, half painted figures, some more half painted figures. These are painted obviously in two-tone. And we've got some totally unpainted figures. I think these are out of one of the SD. Oh no, these are. I don't know if that's a mortar. Oh, these are gun crews. We've got two unpainted gun crews. Got some bases, some helmets, and some guns. There's another dude that's been sort of half painted. Got some barrels that are painted. There's some other guys that are doing something. There's a load of half painted guys. And we've got a load of 20-year-old Humbrol enamels, more shells. So that's probably a mixture of sort of 30 to 20-year-old stuff. A load of instruction sheets, Vespa, whatever. Got more unpainted figures, which obviously I can use. Got these, which I could strip, I suppose. Got some Humbrol enamel thinners, not much left. Got some Tamiyas, probably no good. Got some Revel. Let's zoom this out, we're getting far too much on the desk now. Got some Revel, that still seems to work, 20 years old. Got some Humbrol. That still seems to be usable, but I'm not going to use it. Got some nasty paintbrushes. These look like these are guys out of the armoured cars. More shells. Loads of guns and some British stuff there. British helmets. Loads of stuff. Just tons of it. More shells, more guns. And then we come round to, oh dearie me, these are the old ones. These are 30 years old. These are what's left of some figures. I'm guessing that these were probably originally painted in green. And a lot of them are missing arms and God knows what else, because, you know, the painting on them is rudimentary at best, I suppose you could say. Sort of commanding officer of Afrika Korps. Got some. A lot of these are just covered in glue. Got a general dude. Guy with some binoculars. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think I'm terrified of painting figures, because yeah, I'm sure I'm going to put more time. I don't think I paid an awful lot of attention to the figures. I don't think I paid much time to them, but I don't think I paid an awful lot of attention or time to doing these. I mean, this is you know, using a colour palette of not very much. Got a walking guy. More sitting guys. So, I mean, there's the radio operator from the tent set. I don't think any of these are usable. Got some more decals. These guys look to be pretty much the same with different arms on, 2 running dudes. And a load of shizzle in the bottom, basically. So there we go. That's my 20-year-old collection of mostly Tamiya, I'm thinking 135 kits. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with all this. I'm kind of thinking that maybe, you know, something like the Vespa and these two the Stug and the Panzer. Maybe this half track and this Steyr, you know, maybe, you know, and these 2 armoured cars, I'm thinking that maybe they're savable. You know, maybe I can do something with them, even if it's just roadside, you know, sort of garbage. But there we go. So after you've looked at all that junk, tomorrow you'll be looking at a video of a what's in the box video for the 35065 Panther A, which I intend to start building tonight and finish off maybe next week. We've also got a what's in the box for our Tamiya Alpha D, which is 35345. I'm not going to be building that for a while. And we got a what's in the box coming up for the Type G 35170. My intention with these 3 Panthers is I'm going to build the 35065 ASAP, just because it's the first 135 kit that I will have built since I built this pile of junk, and hopefully it will turn out a little bit better. These aren't too bad. I'm going to say it. They're not that bad. It's going to turn out better than some of this stuff. But what I'm going to do with this is you're going to get 1 video a day, and then I'm going to try and do a comparison between the 3 kits, because they do vary in price between 15 and sort of 40 quid. So that's what's coming up. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at my 20 to 30-year-old pile of plastic garbage. Please do like and subscribe for some slightly better finished off models than this in the future, hopefully. And I'll be seeing you. Bye for now.